If you are planning on moving to Canada as a newcomer or even as an international student, then job searching is something that should be a priority for you. And as somebody who landed a job the first week that I landed in Canada, even before I arrived in Canada, I was able to get some job offers. I felt I should at least share my experiences with you. Some of the things that I did to help me land a job even before I arrived in Canada. So in today's video, I'll be walking you through 7 different steps that I think if you follow, you will also be able to at least land a job for yourself before you arrive in Canada, or even worst case scenario, within the first few weeks when you arrive in Canada. The first step will be research. You will need to research the Canadian job market. And with this, the first step that I'll advise you take is to research your field when it comes to Canada. You will have to start looking for job postings, typically jobs that you'll be interested in, to know the possible salaries, the qualifications that are required, and even the job descriptions. And even when it comes to experiences, what they are looking for when it comes to the kind of jobs that you are interested in. You can also check if your qualification and experience is at least a match to the Canadian standards. So before arriving in Canada, it is important to conduct an extensive research in the Canadian job market to have an idea of the available opportunities in the field that you are interested in working when you arrive in Canada. This will involve gathering information on market trends when it comes to the jobs that you are interested in, the salaries, and even the qualifications. So you can begin at least exploring sites like LinkedIn, Indeed, and even Monster to have an idea of at least the job descriptions that companies are putting out there when it comes to the field of interest that you want to explore when it comes to Canada. This will give you an idea of at least the experience that you will need to be able to at least qualify for those jobs. Knowing this information, at least having that at your fingertips, will help you at least to adapt your resume and even your cover letter when it comes to targeting those jobs. And this will help increase your chances of at least being called for an interview and possibly getting employed. Additionally, by studying some of these job descriptions that are posted on these job sites, it will give you an idea of the in-demand jobs that are currently in Canada, especially in the areas that you have interest in, so that you will know how to at least position yourself and know that which jobs that possibly are in demand, and you have a higher chance of being successful with when it comes to moving to Canada. Another way to research at least the Canadian job market when it comes to looking for jobs is to join professional groups and organizations in the field that you are interested in, even before you arrive in Canada. These organizations mostly hold networking events and job fairs that will offer you the opportunity to at least meet and interact with potential employers. Some of these meets or networks can end up being virtual, where even without being in Canada, you can join and interact with potential employers. Speak to them and see which areas that you need to at least focus your energy on when it comes to job search. And also when it comes to LinkedIn, you'll be able to at least reach out to people who are working in some of these companies and connect with them and ask them questions about the kind of job that exists in those companies. Because one thing that you will realize when you get to Canada is about 80% of the Canadian job market is hidden. So basically those jobs are not posted on any job sites. So for every one job that possibly you see from a company on a job site, there are about 4 of them that are not even advertised, that people might end up getting through referrals. So it will be good to at least connect with some of these people to get insights into possibly those companies and even the job market in general. And most people that you might reach out to on LinkedIn will be very prepared to at least give you the needed information if you reach out to them genuinely and not just go there trying to just seek information. And if they know you are genuinely interested in working in that company, they will be very open to at least engage with you. And sometimes they will even ask that you maybe set up a Zoom connection where you can just speak and ask the question, which will be more productive. And also when it comes to research, it is also important to research the labor laws and regulations in possibly the province or the areas that you plan on moving to, so that at least you know your rights as a worker. For example, in Canada, employers are required to at least provide a safe working environment for their employees, and they are expected to pay a fair wage to all employees. So it is important to at least do your research and know your rights as a worker if you plan on working in Canada. Understanding and knowing your rights and responsibilities will help you make informed decisions when it comes to at least negotiating with your employment when you finally land that job and they start negotiating with you. Step number 2 is network. Network with professionals in the field that are